Hi, I'm Ava Cantrell, and I play Abigail in the movie Abigail, and this is Young Entertainment. I first heard about Abigail in 2018, and that was when my first audition was, and I booked the project then, and that was before the pandemic, so I've been attached to that project since. But with Abigail, we didn't film until after the pandemic, so there was a really big waiting period of just like, oh, when are we gonna do this project? And when it finally came together after the pandemic, it was really exciting. The audition process for Abigail was a self-tape of a couple scenes in 2018, and I booked the project off that, and that's how a lot of auditions are today. A lot of just self-tapes, and either you hear nothing or you kind of get like an immediate booking. That's what my experience has been. What is the movie Abigail and who is Abigail? Well, the movie Abigail is like a twisted teen love story that takes place in the 70s, and it's a really fun kind of like slasher horror film that's fun for everybody to watch, and I think it's especially good for like first-time horror movie watchers. It's got a little bit of everything, and I play Abigail, who is a really crazy person who doesn't really experience emotions like most people. She doesn't really have empathy, which causes her to be able to do some really bold, really crazy things without a second thought. And I think that moves the plot along in a really fun direction. And she's a really good friend to Lucas, but I don't know if I want to have her as a friend in real life, because she stirs up a lot of trouble. Playing the lead in Abigail was a first-time experience for me playing the lead. I've done a lot of supporting roles before, and getting the opportunity to play the lead was absolutely amazing. It's, definitely like every actor's dream, I think, because usually you play a lot of supporting roles before you get your first lead, and I think that's a good way to do it. It was a process that I'm thankful for, because once I finally did get a lead role, I felt like I had the experience to actually carry the movie, and it's more pressure and it's a lot more work. And with Abigail, there was no really hurry up and wait, which is really common on sets, where you kind of just spend almost like a few minutes or maybe an hour tops actually doing the filming, and the rest of it is just kind of waiting for your scene or getting ready. And with Abigail, I got ready, I did hair and makeup, and I was filming for 12 to 15 hours straight a day, and it was a really exciting, amazing process, and I hope to do it again. The biggest firsts for me with the project Abigail was playing the lead. That was really exciting. That was a big first. And also playing a character that's either like a sociopath or a psychopath. I know that that's kind of something that a lot of actors want to do just because it's a really big challenge. And that was a big challenge for me. Like, the biggest challenge I had with Abigail, and it being a first, playing a character that doesn't really have empathy, my approach to characters is understanding their intention. And with Abigail, her intentions are just so unrelatable to most people. Everything is a manipulation tactic. So understanding her intention and it coming from a place that's just not relatable was very challenging, and it was a first. Something I wish I knew before filming this project was how cold it was going to be on set. It was a big adjustment doing a lot of night shoots, and I feel like I did adjust to that pretty well. Like, it really was just like a lot of caffeine and sleeping with an eye mask during the day. So I adjusted to that really quick, but it was so cold, and we were filming in like Central California in the spring. So it was 40-ish degrees at night. But it was supposed to be taking place in like Alabama in the 70s in the summer. So our characters were wearing like summer clothes, and we were freezing our butts off. So I wish I knew to bring more things to warm me up in between takes. I was putting like those little like heaters, like the ones that you shake, and then you put in your pockets. I was putting those in my Converse like 100% of the time, and that was really helpful. The biggest challenge that I experienced while filming Abigail was, again, the lack of empathy that my character has, and the crazy bold things that she does being so unrelatable and hard for me to understand. So it took a lot of studying. There was way more studying for this character than I've ever done previously for other projects. I really had to do studying the lines in the script and her intention for at least a month straight of just like really hard work beforehand, and it made filming a lot easier because it just came very naturally. As far as like fun movie magic behind the scenes, I really like how it was doing the stunts and filming those, and then watching how it looked after the fact. The fight scenes and the weapon scenes, and I have a scene in the bathroom where I'm using an axe, and I think it just came together really well, and just kind of seeing, like, you know, knowing as an actor how it felt to film the scene versus how it looked. It was a really cool transition, and you kind of get like this perspective that nobody else can get, knowing that like, I wasn't actually like banging his face in with my elbow or with my axe. So I feel like that's a really fun behind the scenes, is like seeing the stunts and then seeing them in the actual movie. It's totally different. I had a really great scene partner. Tren Reed-Brown he was so fun to work with, and I think that it's really been cool hearing the reactions to people watching the movie. Like, the reception has been saying a lot that we have really good on-screen chemistry, and I think that we just kind of joked around a lot off-screen. Like, he has a really good Michael Jackson impression. He can do the little dance. So we would make each other laugh in between takes, and then like just turning on work mode. It was really fun, and he was just like a great person to work with, and it's been really great hearing people be so into the kind of relationship dynamics of Abigail and Lucas, and that was definitely one of my favorite parts of the script too. Working on Young Sheldon was a really, really fun experience. I think that you get a different type of learning experience from being on like a big production set versus a small movie set. So like with Abigail, it was, you know, like so tight knit and just different than working on like a big comedy set on a lot. I don't know, there's just different kind of movie TV magic going on, and it's very fast paced, and knowing how to do that humor and that improv or sticking to the script really well and getting that comedic timing was one of the great learning experiences that I got from Young Sheldon. So on the set of Young Sheldon, I got to share all my scenes with Jason Alexander, and he's just like such a comedic legend to me. I'm a huge Seinfeld fan, and seeing him take on the set of Young Sheldon was just so epic, and he did a lot of improv, and getting to kind of play off that was so fun, and just kind of watching him do his work and seeing how he worked was an inspiration to me as an actor. I think that, like, I don't know, doing a comedic show is a totally different experience than most, and he just really excels in it. So I definitely took whatever I could take from just watching him work. Okay, so Team Jeremiah or Team Conrad. I'm actually totally out of the loop. This is so sad. This is a realization that I need to go binge that show right now and come back to you with an answer. My comfort movie is 100% How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I am obsessed with that movie. I've watched that rom-com probably more than any other movie. And it's just something that you can go back to and watch and feel like truly comforted and laugh at and enjoy 100% of the time. So if you haven't watched that movie, go watch it. It's beautiful and hilarious. Hi, I'm Ava Cantrell, and I play Abigail in the movie Abigail, and this is Young Entertainment.